This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
You or Dreamer?
Yo, they wanna know.
Hey,
Hey,
come on. hey, I want to be famous.
Welcome to Who Weekly, the podcast where you'll learn everything you need to know about the celebrities you don't. I'm Bobby Finger.
I'm Lindsay Weber.
Breaking news.
Where's my Celsius? I don't have one today.
I fixed my espresso maker, so I'm drinking a red eye.
Ooh, wow, wide awake. And about to shit his
wide awake.
pants.
I'm wide awake.
Breaking news from John Pascarella's gossip email that we get. He kind of fell off for a while.
I think he had a real job, and then I think he stopped having that job. And it was like, I'm getting back in the daily email game.
Because he used to work for who? E?
Yeah.
And then he started a gossip newsletter that sort of comes at random.
Right. And it is it is kind of iconic because it feels very old school. It feels like just a random guy is telling you stuff.
It feels like I'm reading something on ticker tape. It feels like I'm like,
Right.
like it's printing out because it's like mixed caps.
Right.
It's like smushed together words. And then you just have like a dump of information.
And this is gossip, to be clear, that's purely from publicists. Like, it's the most front-facing gossip. It's the opposite of Rob Shooter, who's just kind of making stuff up sometimes. This is just very a PR person told me that Julia Roberts had a nice time on the set of The Hunting Wives when she
Yeah.
visited or something.
I mean, everyone can subscribe to it. It's very good. I recommend it. Anyway, I'm reading it, and there's so many stories, and I'm reading one about Cardi B, the fight that she had in the parking lot, and then she took a selfie with the fan. There's something about Jessica Simpson being on the same plane as Nick Lachey. Adele was spotted. Tom Hanks was spotted at Cafe Wa. And then at the end it says, super close, ... Hunting Wives stars Malin Ackerman and Brittany Snow are super close off set. Malin told E.T., Entertainment Tonight, not one of the aliens that's coming, because the aliens are coming. When we are not shooting, we are usually at
shut
restaurants,
up.
eating French
Literally
fries
shut up.
and drinking margaritas. It's our favorite pastime. And turkey sandwiches. Past spelled P-A-S-T.
I'm not going to insult anyone's typing. That makes it feel very kind of real to me, where it's is this what E.T. quoted? Is this a quote literally from E.T.? I think it is.
I found it. It is a quote that they gave on a red carpet for the Netflix upfronts while promoting the second season of Hunting Wives. They're speaking to E on the red carpet, and they say all of these things.
That is the least interesting quote to pull, but I love that his perspective is that that's an interesting quote to pull that somebody would want to read.
Well, that's why you have to read the whole thing, you know? You have to read the whole thing. The whole gossip blog, because sometimes there's 15 stories in here and maybe two of them are interesting, but you have to get through all of these things to get to the good stuff.
Right. He's still including things that are just so V1 of the roundup, where I come in and I'm boring, who cares? You know what I mean? But this is it's just the most basic stuff that publicists want you to know.
Yes.
About that's inoffensive to the max.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the breaking news. And that's all I'm going to say.
That Malin Ackerman and Brittany Snow are super close off set. They eat French fries, drink margaritas, and turkey sandwiches.
I'm thinking of Laura Dern in my favorite video.
Have you seen Baby Yoda?
Yes, I did.
What do you think about Baby
Just
Yoda?
today.
What do you think of it?
I
I
saw
don't know if it's a him or a he or she.
I don't know, but I think he was at a basketball game. That's all I'm going to say.
That's all I'm going to say.
You saw Baby Yoda? Yeah, I think he was at a basketball game. Listen, I would take a bullet for red carpet reporting, and yet I do think that
What does that mean exactly?
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, but I would take a bullet.
That's all I'm going to say.
That's all I'm going to say.
But I still think we have a way. We're in a place. We're in a bad place.
You are listening to Who's There, a weekly call-in show where we take your questions, comments, and concerns at 619-WHO-THEM. Let's start with comments.
You guys clocked it. Miss Giselle Bryant saved discussion of meeting Angelina Jolie and Zahara Jolie for her Reasonably Shady podcast. She just took a DNA test and she 100% does not care.
First of all, obviously we knew that they were going to paygate this. This is the biggest duh in the whole world. The clip that came out of this is I mean, okay, you got to play, but when Giselle goes, oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh, right. Thanks for bringing that up, Robin.
Mama, you did not. You got more headlines from that little blip than you had in the whole year. Play it.
Can you tell us about Angelina Jolie? I mean, you posted a picture. When I saw it, I was like, I had to like zoom in. I was like, okay.
Okay. I'm glad you asked. I forgot all about that. So
I forgot all about that.
I forgot all about that. A bigger lie has never been spoken. Like, I'm sorry. And these two doing just the bare minimum of podcast recording. I'm obsessed. It's
so
like
funny.
Giselle looks like she doesn't even, there's no microphone in sight. There's no headphones in sight. She looks like she's just being interviewed by Robin, who is a journalist.
Robin has on the full podcast regalia, and Giselle is just like
Giselle looks
looking
like she's never
stunning.
seen a podcast.
She's looking stunning, good lighting, and Robin's like being the interviewer. It's perfect.
Robin like put in the work when she fell off the show, and then Giselle was like, I'm the star now.
Giselle is like, can I record on my AirPods? Is
Obsessed
that
with
okay?
these women. I literally am obsessed with these women. Just the bare minimum. But then the pay gated gossip was just, I met her. Our daughters like are friends.
She was very nice. Yeah, our daughters have been friends for years.
She was nice.
That's the end of the story. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Good luck editing this, Robin.
I just got a DNA test and I 100% do care about this, but I'm going to get no answers.
Okay, next call. I'm not going to make a montage of this, but there are a lot of calls similar to these.
You do this every single time, but it's not Liam and Harry, it's Louie and Harry. Add me to the montage, whatever. You do it every time.
Add me to the motherfucking montage that One Direction's Larry was not Liam and Harry. It was Louie and Harry. I say was. It is Louie and Harry. They're still Larry shippers to this day. Larry Stylinson. Come on, y'all. Get it right. Crunch, crunch.
It is, you sickos.
You sickos.
Okay, we got this wrong again.
As I was saying it, because you were like, it's Liam and Harry, right? And I was like, yeah. And then as I said it, I was like, I don't care.
I think it's like we've gotten it wrong so many times that it's like, it's canon. Like, I don't know who it is. I don't care. It's not real, so it doesn't matter. Uh-oh. I just felt the laser
You got a red dot on your forehead.
I just felt the dot appear on my forehead.
The dot's there.
Hold on.
Blinds.
I gotta get.
Close your blinds.
Hold on. I'm moving.
You gotta close your blinds.
I can't close my blinds. There'd be no light in my apartment. Okay, so the dot is there. Anyways, I shouldn't say anymore. But what I will say is I don't care. 100% don't care.
This is Catherine Zeta-Jones watching you from across the street. Catherine Zeta-Jones in traffic.
Now get out of the car and shoot him in the head. Just shoot him.
That's the Larrys coming from me when I mixed up Louie and Liam.
Add me to the montage if there is going to be one. I hope so. It's always been my dream to be in y'all's montage. I just saw that Jackson Olsen from Savannah Bananas is going to be on Dancing with the Stars. I think you guys called that. Okay, crunch, crunch.
You got to stop saying add me to the montage. There's no montage.
Say it if you want to, but I'm not necessarily going to make a montage. There were maybe 4 calls about this.
I guess the quote unquote add me to the montage is interesting because when people call and they're like add me to the montage, they're really expecting there to be this like deluge of calls. But then sometimes it's just there's literally not. Or sometimes we can say there is, but we didn't make a montage.
There were dozens of calls about Larry. There were only a handful of calls about the Savannah Bananas guy, Jackson Olsen, who is dating Maggie Sajak, being on Dancing with the Stars.
Uh-huh.
Do you think it's all just a coincidence that these things are happening at the same time? Or do you think there were some like machinations behind the scenes that were urging him to become more of a high profile person?
Well, I think the funny thing is like we talked about him for the first time like last week. And now he's cast on Dancing with the Stars. Clearly the momentum that we felt that made us discuss him was also in the works, is also in is, you know, I think it's telling when we talk about someone, it's telling that they're in the mix, right? Like and actually I like that because it means that we're not too early or too late. We're kind of just in time.
We're just
Sometimes
in time.
I feel like we're early and then we got to talk about people again. It's like, oh, who's Ella Langley now? It's like, we already talked about her. Go back. You know, it's, I don't want to talk about her again. Please don't make me. So I just am like, okay, great. The timing was right. The other thing that's funny is that, like, we talked about him because he was dating Pat Sajak's daughter, not because he was necessarily like an up and coming star to be on Dancing with the Stars. So there's a different world in which he's being discussed that's not having to do with being like dating
Maggie Sajak.
Exactly.
It was announced at the Disney upfronts. A lot of the upfronts were this past week.
They're really trickling out the casting of Dancing with the Stars. It's crazy.
Was he the first high-profile DWTS announcement?
No, it was Maura Higgins and
Maura
Sierra
Higgins.
Miller from Summer House. Those were the first two that got announced because it was like it was straight off of those two shows. They were like, "Oh, don't worry, divas, we got the two girls you're talking about."
Right.
Meanwhile, Disney Plus has partnered with the Savannah Bananas to air games on ESPN and Disney Plus, and the Banana Bowl will stream live on Disney Plus, featuring teams in the Banana Ball League playing the season championship.
That's called synergy.
And that's why he was cast. So ignore everything we've ever said before that because that's why he was cast.
Okay, let's move on to new questions because there are two big lawsuits that are very similar, actually.
Hi, Who Weekly. Sorry, I'm in a Barnes & Noble. I'm trying to whisper. Why is Koryanka Kilcher suing Disney? What? Okay. Good form, Bullethorn. Okay, bye.
I'm at a Barnes & Noble.
What's funny about this is that I only know this woman from her last lawsuit because we talked about it on the pod.
She was sued by the state of California for fraud. It was like workers' comp fraud.
It was workers' comp fraud.
Because she claimed that while she was on the set of some movie, it was like the Dora and the Explorer movie, Dora and the Lost City of Gold. She got hurt. And she was like, I'm going to get some disability benefits after being hurt on this movie because I can no longer act. And she did. She collected like $100,000 or something. But while she was collecting this money, she started working on Yellowstone because she's been in Yellowstone too. And so California was like, well, that's fraud because you said you couldn't work, but yet you were still working and making money from another show. That's fraud.
You talked about that years ago.
We talked about it a couple of years ago.
Right? Okay.
She kind of came out okay on the other end because I think they dropped the case at some point. Like, this fell apart. I don't even think it settled. I think it fully dropped. She wasn't convicted of anything. Everything was dismissed. So that was fine. This lawsuit comes up and it's like, oh my God, Koryanka Kilcher, who became famous because she played Pocahontas in the Terrence Malick movie, The New World, when she was like a teenager. And she's been acting ever since. She's in a lot of stuff. Most recently, like Yellowstone. And she was in that Channing Tatum movie Dog, too. Okay, I see the headlines for this, and I'm like, what now, right? When there's a lawsuit like this, where it's like a little person, to use the phrase, suing like a gigantic entity, it's very easy to be like, is this just a money grab? I think we've been conditioned to think that when some sort of unknown entity like Koryanka, who's very much a who, sues someone big, it feels like maybe it's going to be a cash grab or something. I don't know. Like, no disrespect to her. That's just sort of how we've been conditioned to think about these sorts of things. But fortunately, I found the full complaint, which is like 96 pages long. And I was reading it, and I was like, damn, I'm Team Koryanka. This is crazy.
Paralegal Bobby has been activated.
What do you know about this? Because I know you didn't read this. No disrespect, I told you not to look into it. And I know you were sort of like, what happened here? What do you think happened here? Like, based on your like knowledge of the way these sorts of lawsuits play out, what is your understanding of this lawsuit based on just headlines?
What I think happened here, if I had to guess via my skim or like just via seeing headlines, I would guess that she came in to audition for Avatar, did a couple rounds. They used her likeness to develop some of the characters. She realized that in the back end, and now she's pissed. Is that close?
You're close, but you're saying it with kind of a dismissive tone that I think...
I'm not dismissive.
No, but I think a lot of people are thinking that.
Okay. I
think a lot of people are like, give me a break. There are 3 Avatar movies. What took you so long?
Well, I'm not saying give me a break, but I'm saying this seems like something that happens often where in development of the character, there are a lot of things being pulled from various people who are just coming in to do test reading.
there's a lot of allegations. There's a lot of like things that they're being sued for. It's like, let me list. It's like claims. Common law misappropriation of likeness, right of publicity. That's the big one, which we're going to talk about later because of Dua Lipa. Statutory right of publicity, false light invasion of privacy, intrusion upon seclusion, public disclosure of private facts, defamation, negligence, unauthorized digital replica, and explicit content. Okay, all these things. And so you're reading about it and you're like, okay, what happened? She's saying that the character played by Zoe Saldana in the Avatar movies, of which there are 3, Natiri, one of the Na'vi, okay, was based on Koryanka Kilcher's face. And she was never compensated in any way, never gave approval to use her face. And what's more, I'm speaking like TMZ, what's more, she was a minor when James Cameron allegedly took her face.
Ooh.
And it's not just like her saying, that looks like me, or I had a conversation with James Cameron years ago when he told me that this happened, and we're having to rely on her testimony.
Like, my curiosity is, how do you prove this? Like, that's what I'm interested in hearing. Yeah.
Okay, great. Because I had the same curiosity.
Yeah.
James Cameron won't shut up about it. And since Avatar, he has been saying, this face, that's Koryanka Kilcher's.
Well, he's been saying it. He's been saying that.
He's been saying it. He claims that when he was developing the Na'vi, he was like, okay, I'm having some issues here because I want them to look like distinct, unique creatures. I want them to be blue, but I also don't want them to look too alien. I want them to look a little more humanoid so that I guess, the audiences can relate a little more fully to them. And he was having a hard time making them not look like aliens and look humanoid. Then he's reading a story because, they start developing these movies well before they come out. The first one came out in 2009. So in like 2004, 2005, he's reading a story in, I think, the LA Times about The New World, which at the time was a new movie. And he sees a photo, like a production photo of Koryanka Kilcher as Pocahontas. And he's always said, oh, this is an allegory for like all sorts of things, but specifically it's an allegory for like the indigenous population of the United States and like the white men taking over and like ruining their landscapes and ruining their culture and blah, blah.
Okay.
So he sees Koryanka Kilcher in The New World and he's like, this photo, that's my inspiration. And so when he draws his first sketch, because like the trivia everyone knows that in Titanic,
it's James Cameron
drawing. So we know we can draw because when those hands are drawing Rose naked, it's James Cameron drawing.
He drew
Kate Winslet's tits himself.
Yes.
So this photo, which I'm texting to you, I think I put it in the doc, but here, look. This photo is like an original like sketch when he was figuring out what the Na'vi would look like if they looked more humanoid. And he was directly inspired by Koryanka Kilcher. That is the bottom half of her face.
Okay, so he's out here just being like saying it left and right.
Yes. And when the movie came out, they released this like book called Avatar, The Art of the Movie, which was like a coffee table book about the creation of Avatar and like all
Shocked
the work
I don't
that
have
went
it
into it.
because I'm obsessed with everything behind the scenes about Avatar.
Yes. And so there's a page in the book called Na'vi Mating Practices. It's showing some concept art where like the two Na'vi are like embracing, because they kind of fuck with their tails.
Oh, I know they fuck with their tails. Yeah, I know that. That's kind of the thing I know.
Okay, so look at the concept art of the two Na'vi like embracing and mating, pre-mating, I don't know. The profile of the blue Na'vi is fully just a still of Koryanka Kilcher from The New World. The side-by-side that they put in the lawsuit is like,
oh, wow.
Okay, that's just her. They used her image.
Yeah, it's literally her mouth.
So this is all happening behind the scenes. We're all finding these out sort of back
They put her in the Na'vi mating practices guide.
Yes. And then like even at the time when the movie came out.
I would sue too.
They mentioned this. The only reason I know about this is because it's in the lawsuit. In the lawsuit, they're like, oh, more proof that this was just, we stole it from her without her consent. In 2009, when the first movie comes out, there was an interview with one of the concept artists in Gizmodo, and they link to it in the lawsuit, so I went to it. And Gizmodo says, were they at all influenced by any animal in nature or any alien in fiction, meaning the Na'vi? And the concept artist, whose name is Jordu Shell, says, I wouldn't say so. I certainly got no reference to go from, other than a whole stack of photos of actresses that James Cameron really liked. Not necessarily that he was going to cast in the role, the vocal role, or the motion capture. Not necessarily for the motion capture, but for inspiration in terms of the beauty of a kind of ethnic face. I remember he very much liked the face of a girl named Koryanka Kilcher, who starred in The New World, which was a Pocahontas movie with Colin Farrell. But, you know, I had pictures of Mary J. Blige and all these different people on the walls of beautiful ethnic women.
So you're saying we had a wall that was called Beautiful Ethnic Women, and you would put women's faces on the wall.
Yes.
That's what you're saying. Okay, well, okay.
And then as he was making this concept artist, this isn't a lawsuit, this is from another like verified source where they have like the receipts. When he was making the first 3D sculpture, he was basing it specifically on Koryanka Kilcher. And it's this just like sculpture of it. And James Cameron saw it and was like, period, got it, that's a wrap, that's our Na'vi. And
Period,
it's the
got
Koryanka,
it.
and it's the Koryanka Kilcher face. Okay.
Yeah.
He's talking about this to anyone who'll listen, but it's not necessarily getting back to Koryanka Kilcher because he never runs anything by her. He never gets her to sign a contract.
But it must have gotten to her because she must have been collecting this or something, or like secretly mad about it for years. No?
So it got to her later. So after the first movie came out, they met casually at a party and he told her how he was inspired by her face. And she was very moved by it. And then they became friendly and started emailing. And he was like, I'd love to include you, essentially, according to her. I guess she has emails that she gave to the lawyers because they're snippets from emails that they've sent over the past like 15 years in these court documents. But he's like, essentially, you inspired me. I'm going to give you a signed copy of this first sketch that I drew of you because you inspired the Na'vi, you inspired Natiri. Because they have a lot of side-by-sides where they're like, if you look at the Na'vi as they are sketched and then in the movie, they look like Koryanka. They don't look like Zoe Saldana. Like, it's not just you made Zoe Saldana blue. So there's a really funny image that they have where it's like, look, if you just turned Zoe Saldana blue, she'd look like this. And the crazy thing is, she's green in Guardians of the Galaxy. So they just altered her face in Guardians of the Galaxy to show what she would look like if she were blue. And they're like, that doesn't look like Natiri. The person who looks like Natiri is Koryanka Kilcher, okay?
That's crazy. I'm sorry. It's crazy to be like, she's green, let's make her blue. Can I see what she looks like blue? I can only see her green. Can I see what she looks like? Okay, as blue, I see it.
Well, do you see this exhibit from the bottom that's like facial anatomical structure? It's like, oh, you think it's just Zoe Saldana a different color? We've seen that, mama. And she doesn't look like that. She just looks like Zoe Saldana a different color. She looks like Koryanka Kilcher. Okay.
Right.
So James Cameron is like, you inspired me. That's so cool. Maybe I'll even put you in one of the movies sometime. And she, like, because she's proactive, as they're friendly over the years, she's like following up.
Hey, recolon, put me in the movie, please.
Fully. Because after the first movie, he's like, maybe next time I'll put you in one of the movies because we're going to make a lot of these.
It is kind of wild he didn't just put her in a movie. Like, there's so many different random people in these Avatar movies. Who are half the people in these movies? I'm sure she'd be great.
Truly. And then it says they clearly have emails that she sent him over the years where she's like, hey, just following up. Also, because she does a lot of like indigenous activism, she's like, hey, do you want to come to this event? Hey, do you want to come to this fundraiser? Hey, do you want to come to one of these screenings? And he never comes. So it says Cameron politely declined due to being out of town or busy. Then she visited the set of Way of Water, had to sign an NDA to go there.
Wait, so he invited her to the set?
He invited her to the set, but didn't pay her for anything. Then she was like, okay, this is weird, but maybe he'll put me in one of these movies. And so in May of 2022, when The Way of Water is about to come out, but before the Fire and Ash has started, she sends him an email, and she's posing with the Natiri sketch he gave her years ago, playfully writing, my, how time flies. Is it, quote, next time yet? I'm ready. Next, go. He never replied.
No. Embarrassed. Humiliating. It's humiliating.
It's humiliating. And then Jim invites her to a screening of The Way of Water. So she goes to that. She's like, okay, maybe he'll bring me to the next one. Maybe he'll bring me to the next one. He doesn't. But he did say, reach out if you need any help with your projects, okay? Like, I'm an ally. Let's do this. They're friendly for the next couple years. This is point 76 in this lawsuit. The facade of understanding finally cracked in 2024. This is the point where she's like, this is fucked up.
She said no more.
In April of 2024, a video was published online on YouTube showcasing a new, quote, tech noir museum exhibit in Paris celebrating James Cameron's life's work. In this exhibit, James Cameron himself gives a guided tour of his career, including the making of Avatar. For the first time in a public forum, Cameron explicitly admits the full truth about Neytiri's design. And this is the clip where he's like, saying everything. He shows the sketch and he's like, that's Koryanka Kilcher.
But I knew that the design of Neytiri was going to be the keystone for all of the Na'vi characters. Because the question was, how human do we want to be? How alien? They kept coming back so alien that I didn't feel an empathetic connection. So I did this drawing to just give the art department a kind of an inspiration, and I wanted her to be a person that we wanted to know. But the source for this was a photograph that was in the LA Times as part of the promotion for The New World. There's a young actress named Koryanka Kilcher who played Pocahontas in The New World. So this is actually her lower face. She had a very interesting face. And I wound up meeting her years later, and I gave her a signed print of this. This is actually the original. I gave her a signed print of it, which she has up over her fireplace, because not that she was the inspiration for the character, but I just wanted to show how a specific person's look could come through in the character. And that was important, because then the second we cast Zoe, we started, Neytiri suddenly looked like Zoe.
So that's the video that I'm going to play here, where she was like, I'm calling my lawyers. And believe me, I have them.
Oh my God.
She didn't see it until someone sent it to her, but she makes it seem like it wasn't until she was sent this video in 2025 that she was like, actually, this is fucked up.
Right. Well, but also it had been years of kind of being pushed back.
Yeah.
Invited in, pushed back, invited in, pushed back. But ultimately, money is the most important. They should have just paid her from the start.
And I think what she's pissed off about is that for years she was strung along thinking, I'm kind of annoyed by this, especially given the fact that this is a movie about white people taking advantage of indigenous populations. But I'm going to trust this guy because he's such an advocate or whatever. So I'm going to hope that maybe he'll put me in one of these Avatar movies. And then it's not until this video, in anticipation of, I guess, Fire and Ash, that she's like, okay, this is fucked up and I'm suing. And it really does seem like when you look through everything in a narrative, and that's kind of why I like reading these lawsuits, because the good ones are very well written. So it is pretty
so obsessed with lawsuits.
They're very compelling to read because they have to tell the whole story in a way that's pretty grabby. She wants a jury trial. I think a lot of these lawsuits say they want a jury trial. She wants lawyer fees. She's suing everyone. She's suing James Cameron. She's suing Disney. She's suing ILM. She's suing Lightstorm. She's suing everyone.
Got it.
What interests me about this is that I think we're so conditioned to think that these sorts of things are bad faith or they're just money grabs. But I think there's so much evidence here that if I were Koryanka Kilcher, I would be really, really pissed off. And there's so much evidence of him being like, I was inspired by this woman.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this is fascinating. I've got to be Team Koryanka here.
Well, I am too, now that you've explained it this way. It feels like they really kind of fucked her over and dragged her along with the hope of kind of being in these movies. And I understand why you would let it ride if you had that opportunity to maybe be in an Avatar. That's a huge deal.
She's like, I can't fuck up this relationship I have with this guy. Like, James Cameron likes me.
Well, either you get paid off initially or you actually get paid off to be in the movie. And then that's a double whammy. So it's like, it kind of makes sense to kind of let it, if there was a real possibility, which it seems like it really was. She was told there was a real possibility.
Okay, that's what's happening with Koryanka Kilcher.
I feel bad that she's always just lawsuiting. It's like last time I've heard from her, lawsuit. You know what I mean?
But she is acting a lot. She's still working a lot. Speaking of the violation of California's statutory right of publicity, here's another call.
I want to be famous.
Spoiler alert, I'm usually recording episodes of the podcast in my Koyuchi waffle knit robe. Sometimes I have PJs under, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm just freewheeling it with the robe on, and it's fantastic. We don't do video.
You're freewheeling it with the Koyuchi robe?
Mm-hmm. And I'm sleeping refreshed in my Koyuchi percale sheets.
Oh, I'm definitely doing that.
Ooh, and with every wash, they get even softer and more luxurious on my skin.
I hear their sheets are made from natural fibers and certified to be free of harmful chemicals, so you can rest easy knowing your skin is in contact with something safe and gentle.
And they're soft, like next level soft. Whether you go for the subtle sheen of the sateen or the cozy feel of the flannel, they also look beautiful. Think calming colors, nature-inspired patterns. Your whole bedroom just feels more peaceful. And the best part? They actually get softer with every wash. They're made to last. If you want healthy, organic luxury bedding that lasts a lifetime, you need Koyuchi. Get 15% off your first order when you visit koyuchi.com/who. That's koyuchi.com/who to get 15% off. koyuchi.com/who.
On my new podcast, On Par with Maury Povich, we're getting down to the truth behind the names that you know and love. Unfiltered conversations with legends like Leanne Morgan, Kathy Griffin, Ricky Lake, to find out when they feel the most on par. We're breaking it down with Don Lemon, Aaron Parnas, Lamani Jones, laughing it up with Josh Johnson, Dan Soder, many more. You know, the results are in. Great conversations are always on par. So follow and listen to On Par wherever you get your podcasts.
Today's episode of Who Weekly is brought to you by Squarespace. WhoWeekly.us is a Squarespace website. We got to promote our book. We got to promote our upcoming book tour. We're going to do it on our Squarespace, and it's going to be so easy.
Where else? What other reliable places can I promote my book, promote my podcast, put all the things I need to promote on one page? Today I was looking for somebody's email. Guess what? They didn't have a website. It was impossible to find. What are you doing in the world without a place for me to contact you? Sorry, you need a website.
That's how people contact us. Yeah, we use it for analytics. We use it for promoting our events, for embedding our podcast. But it's the easiest way to contact us. Go to whoweekly.us, fill out our contact form. It goes right to our email.
Easy. If you're a creative consultant or run any kind of business, you can showcase your offerings beautifully. Send professional invoices, even schedule appointments, all without juggling multiple tools. It's seamless, simple, and keeps everything under one roof.
You can get a fully customized site that fits your brand perfectly in just a few clicks. Ready to get started? Head to squarespace.com/who for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code WHO to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
I want to be famous.
Hello, Bobby, Lindsay, and Timmy. Dua Lipa is suing Samsung for $15 million. Paralegal Bobby, I know you're on the case, so why don't you read through these court files and let us know what you think. Crunch, crunch.
Paralegal Bobby. I did laugh at this because it's such an, unlike the one that you just explained, it's a little bit less obvious what the deal is. This one is like completely so funny and obvious once you like see it. Because it's like, they basically are like, Samsung was like, we're going to sell a TV, we're going to put a TV on a box, and on the TV is Dua Lipa. But Dua Lipa does not work for Samsung. She's not like a spokesperson. They're not paying her. But like, well, it's entertainment. So like, we've got to put something on the TV. So like, let's just put Dua Lipa on the TV. Somebody had that thought.
Right. They could have bought a stock image from Shutterstock and just put it on the TV. But they said, no, we're going to put this image of a celebrity on the TV to show, oh, if you or I bought this Samsung television, we could be watching Dua Lipa on it. And she would look incredible, because she always looks incredible.
Yeah.
And Dua Lipa said, not so fast, honey. Let me put down my Mai Tai. I'm calling my lawyers. This cannot stand.
But what's funny about this is how she heard about it. Clearly, is somebody like was at Costco and like took a picture, right? Like, wasn't it just very like, she saw it.
We know how Koryanka found out about this because the narrative explored in the lawsuit tells like how she was strung along, how she eventually got this brought to her attention. There's none of that in the Dua Lipa lawsuit. I just assume that Dua Lipa, as a more famous, successful person, has more high-profile lawyers who are just like dealing with this sorts of stuff on a
every
more
single
normal
day.
basis.
Yes, she's got lawyers. That's called lawyers on retainer. She's got lawyers on retainer, and she's just dealing with this stuff every day. Yes, 100% true.
So this is also involving the right to publicity, which is essentially, I mean, it is what it sounds like. Companies cannot use your image and likeness to promote their products unless you agree. Like, you cannot just say like, oh, I'm going to put Lindsay Weber's face on this like Celsius can because Lindsay sells Celsius. Then it's going to make people think that Lindsay loves Celsius. And even if she does love Celsius, you didn't agree to have them use your face to make other people buy Celsius.
Even if I love Celsius, which I do love Celsius.
Even if Dua Lipa is brand loyal to Samsung, and we know that to be true, you can't just put Dua Lipa's face on a Samsung television and sell it at Costco. One of the funniest parts of this lawsuit is that their evidence is not smoking gun emails where they're like, we know Dua Lipa's a Sony girly, but we think that if we put her face on Samsung, that her fans are going to be more inclined to buy these televisions. There's none of that, but there are tweets and Facebook posts.
Well, what? Okay, sorry. This is very. Sorry. Before you.
What's the question?
Other than Timmy,
Mhm.
is anyone else out there a big enough Dua Lipa stan where if they saw this TV and they needed a TV, they would be swayed by the photo of Dua Lipa on the TV to buy the TV? I know that people are saying that, but I don't believe it.
Judge, yes. If I'm the lawyers, I'm like, yes, and I have proof. And their proof is very reminiscent of a phenomenon in celebrity journalism.
Where you just search what you want to say, and at least one person has likely said it on Twitter in the past whatever years that Twitter's been existing.
Where it's like, oh, if you think a celebrity looks like shit on a red carpet and you want to be insulated from seeming like a total fucking asshole, you say, oh, Twitter users are saying Demi Moore looks like shit on the Cannes red carpet.
Oh.
Someone's saying this. People are saying this. You can find anything to match the argument you want to make, right? And that's what seems to be happening in this lawsuit. Does that have a term? There should be one.
There's like, it's called like Twitter, what do they call it when
It's
you
like- it's
straw
like
man argument? It's like the
confirmation
Twitter
bias.
Twitter confirmation, quick confirmation Twitter bias
or like
something. Yeah.
social confirmation bias or something like that, where you can find any argument made on social media to back up whatever point you're trying to make.
Social media confirmation bias.
Yeah. Maybe that's a little inelegant, but it works for these purposes. So they, in this lawsuit, on starting on page 12 of this complaint, it says, Samsung has benefited substantially from the unauthorized copying and distribution of the DL image on its infringing products. That's great, because anytime they use the term DL image, they define it earlier in the lawsuit, which means Dua Lipa image. So anytime you hear DL image, it's Dua Lipa image.
I can't.
The substantial revenue that it has made on the sale of the infringing products is inextricably tied to the false message conveyed to consumers that Ms. Lipa has endorsed the infringing products when she has not. On information and belief, and as reflected in social media postings, the use of the DL image on the infringing products induced potential customers to buy them because it featured Ms. Lipa, with one fan noting, quote, I wasn't even planning on buying a TV, but I saw
Shut
the box,
up.
so I decided to get it.
Literally shut the sorry. I'm just like, do I believe that Dua Lipa should be paid for her image being used on the
Yes.
box of a Samsung TV? Of course I do. It's fucking Samsung. Of course I do. But do I think that this is like proving that? I don't. I get it, but I don't, you know?
Their proof is this Twitter screenshot from a username altitude_Kyle. And it's a photo of the Samsung TV, also known as the infringing product in the lawsuit, with the DL image on the Samsung TV infringing product box. And it says, the Dua Lipa TV box. Clearly a joke tweet. It has 1.2 thousand likes, right? Just a viral tweet. They responded to their own post with, I wasn't even planning on buying a TV, but I saw the box, so I decided to get it.
No,
Do
no,
we know
no,
that?
no, no,
like,
no.
I don't believe that. I think that was someone making a joke.
I don't believe that. This is why you can't make jokes on Twitter, honestly, because your tweets
You'll
will be
end up in a
used
Dua Lipa lawsuit.
like where you get Dua Lipa $100 million or whatever, and you get nothing. If Dua Lipa gets money from this, she needs to pay these people who are the tweeters. I'm serious. Don't you think?
I think so. Indeed, another fan commented that they would, quote, get that TV just because Dua is on it. Yet
No.
another reply aptly noted, quote, if you need anything selling, just put a picture of Dua Lipa on it.
These are stands that are not actually buying a TV.
Using
They're
stands in a serious lawsuit is so crazy.
I know. It's so bad. We need to put this back in the book. It's not in the book. This got to go in the book.
There's a perfect spot. I can picture the spot for it. And like I said, it says that she became aware, but it doesn't say how. And I think it just means her lawyers were like, Ms. Lipa, did you see these tweets? Do you want us to deal with it? And she was like, I'm kind of busy. I just ordered another round of drinks, but go for it. Have fun, right? Like, she's definitely like,
my boat just got to the island. We're about to be here for about a month. I'm really
Right.
I'm gonna be off the
Callum's on his
grid.
way. And you know, when Callum's here, I really don't like answering my phone, but feel free, go ham on this.
Yeah, go sue the hell out of them, sure.
Ms. Lipa became aware of Samsung's infringement in violation of her right to publicity in or about June 2025 and immediately demanded that Samsung cease and desist from the infringement, meaning probably her lawyers did. Samsung has repeatedly refused to do so and instead has continued to willfully, intentionally, and purposely infringe on Ms. Lipa's rights for its financial benefit, maintaining for sale the infringing products bearing the DL image. bearing the DL
Yeah.
image.
Yeah.
And then they go on. There's like a whole thing where it's like, she's very selective. She only chooses to endorse very specific things. Like, how dare they do this? What I'm interested in, and it isn't really shown in here, is they make several references to like, we tried to get Samsung to stop and they wouldn't. They don't have like the emails in here, because usually there's like an appendix to these things where they show like exhibits that prove their case. There's none of that here, but they claim that they reached out to Samsung and didn't want to go to trial, it seems, but then Samsung like refused to take the DL image off of the infringing product.
Oh my God. I mean, Dua Lipa is a them though, so like it's like not, we're only talking about this because it relates to like the last.
I think if there hadn't been the Koryanka Kilcher lawsuit, I wouldn't have even wanted to put this on the show. But unlike the Koryanka Kilcher lawsuit, where she doesn't say like an amount of money that she's asking for, she asks for up to $250,000 legal fees, but then it's kind of vague. Up to $250,000 for one of the claims, but it's not like super clear how much money, because it's like $250,000 actually doesn't seem like enough based on like what she's mad at and the amount of evidence that they have. Conversely, the Dua Lipa lawsuit is like, we want $15 million. We want $15 million.
Give it to her.
And attorney's fees, because they always ask for attorney's fees. But enough about Dua Lipa. Let's go on to a true who.
Taylor Fritz and Olivia Jade, dating rumors, just a fault. TMZ. Rumors have been swirling that tennis star Taylor Fritz might be trying to play a few sets with Olivia Jade on the court of love. On TMZ has learned there's nothing to the gossip. Here's the deal. Recently spotted at the super exclusive Bird Streets Club in WeHo, getting awfully cozy, not dating, isn't even looking to get into another relationship due to his recent split from Morgan Riddle. Our sources say the tennis pro has a ton of friends, so it wouldn't be shocking if the two were hanging out casually. But currently, no romance. Bottom line, bird streets don't equal love birds. Crunch, crunch.
I mean, she just read the whole thing.
Okay, next call.
She did the work. Listen, it's just synergy because this is the guy that we were talking about breaking up with his girlfriend, Morgan Riddle and
Morgan
Taylor
Riddle.
Fritz. He's the tennis star. She's the tennis influencer who like got into tennis after they started dating and was like, oh, I'm tennis now. I'm a tennis wag now. They're broken up and she posted a lot of moving spawn. So we were like, okay, she's moving, breakup, whatever. Now he was spotted at Bird Streets, which I thought was the name of the streets that are named after birds, like in LA.
No, I did
or is that
too.
Fruit Streets. That's fruit. Oh, in New York, it's Fruit Streets. In LA, it's Bird Streets.
In LA, it is Bird Streets because it's like a specific neighborhood where all the streets are named after birds.
Are birds.
Yes,
but this was
yes.
a club named after
Yes.
those streets, probably called
The
the
Bird Streets Club.
It's a club.
Yes.
Right. So they were spotted at the Bird Streets together, and then TMZ like immediately came out, was like, they are not dating. Like, he has friends. Isn't he allowed to have friends? And I'm like, excuse me, take OJ's name out of your mouth. That's my girl. That's my literal girl. I ride for her. So let's not even spread rumors about OJ.
You would die for OJ.
I would take a bullet for OJ and whoever else I said I'd take a bullet for earlier. Who else was I taking a bullet for earlier?
Oh, you said you would take a bullet for red carpet reporters.
Yes, yes, and OJ.
You take a bullet for Mark Malkin.
And OJ, and I love OJ. Whatever. So they're not dating, but I'm kind of like, they definitely like hooked up.
You know where this came from once again?
What?
Demois.
Yeah. Well,
Demois.
I mean, it always comes from Demois.
I'm just
they were
shocked
spotted,
that things are still coming from Demois.
They
It's
were
just such a
spotted
place to
being
go.
cozy. They were spotted
At Bird
being
Streets.
cozy. Yeah.
Not just cozy, Lindsay. V cozy at Bird Streets.
They were being cozy. I believe that these two definitely like, had a smooch. Like, I hope so. He's adorable.
And she's a legend. She's the most talented woman in Hollywood.
And she's like my number one favorite star right now. Why? I'm just obsessed with her. She gave an interview recently that was crazy. Hold on, I gotta look it up because it was like, I just want an excuse to play this interview. She's so funny. Wait, hold on.
One of the top comments on TMZ is she the one who's famous for her college admission cheating scandal and being Aunt Becky's daughter? It's like, yes. And also,
yes.
That had nothing to do with Olivia. You think she wanted to go to college? That was all Lori Loughlin's doing.
We've been over this. She did nothing wrong.
She did nothing wrong.
OJ innocent. She never asked for those deeds to be done. OJ innocent, as I said.
And Lori Loughlin has done her time. So she's fine now. She's done her time. She was in prison.
Okay, well, yeah. Oh, sorry. That was what the clip was about. It was Olivia Jade talking about Lori Loughlin. And a reporter said, so you look like your mom. And she goes, you think I look 60? And I was like, oh my God. She can't. She's
Wait.
too real. She can't even.
Where's that clip?
I don't know. Hold on. I don't know. Someone sent it to me.
Ooh, last time someone told me I look like my mom, probably some point last week when I was in LA with my mom. I said, thank you so much. Do I look 60? I'm just kidding. I didn't say that.
She's joking, but like too real. I love it. She's like, thank you so much. So you think I look 60? Obsessed. Just too real for this world. Like, we don't deserve her. She's not media trained.
She also just launched a beauty brand, which is very, I mean, to me, this is Opacola. It's
Opacola,
very,
one of the worst names.
Well, people keep comparing it to Hailey Bieber because I think that people want everything to be Road Beauty because it is so successful. But I think this is way more of a Lori Harvey thing because she's too big of a who.
She's not famous enough to launch a beauty line. If you go look at beauty lines launch, like, you don't have to be that famous to like be the face of your own beauty line. It's like it goes from who to them. Like, there are who's that have really successful makeup lines. It's about the makeup being good. If the makeup is good, the who can have the makeup line. I think the only thing you need to have a makeup line is like a following and be so beautiful, because the idea is like she's so beautiful that people are going to aspire to use anything that she uses on her face just for the promise that they could look like Olivia Jade or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Sam Asghari, Britney Spears' ex-husband and noted traders flop, is the face of Mr., which is a prep company. What is going on? I mean, we don't know his alphabet, but also we know his alphabet. Get paid, I guess. I don't know. Crunch, Popular Mechanics Robinson. Shape of a woman. I can't stop hearing you guys sing that.
Look.
What?
It's funny because I don't even know how to talk about this.
Well, I do think if you've survived being married to Britney Spears for how many years? A few years.
How long was he married to her? Yeah, that's a good question.
You've earned. It's almost like you get the card. You get the card to be a gay baiter. Like, I think it's like you can be a queer baiter if you've been married to Britney Spears for however long he was married to Britney Spears. They got engaged in 2021. They got divorced in 2024. If you're dating Britney Spears for 3 years, you get permission. I guess I'm really not the one to be giving permission, but you get permission to be a queer baiter.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree? I mean, honestly, you can say that. You're allowed to say, Lindsay, you can't say that.
No, I agree. I
am joking though.
I'm more interested in the discourse around Sam Asghari, who is the model / actor who was at one point married to Britney Spears, becoming like the spokesperson for a company that makes getting prep easy called Mr.
Well, also, prep is not just for gay guys.
And that's what I was going to say. I'm like, prep is not something that only gay guys take.
But I would argue the marketing of Sam Asghari selling this pill is gay. They're doing specifically gay marketing. It's not like he's out here being like, "Hey, I'm Sam Asghari and I was married to Britney Spears." And as you know, prep is not just for gay guys. Thank you, bye. It's like he's actually like in the steam room with a bunch of guys. Being
if you had said Sam Asghari is the face of Mr., I'd be like, okay. Before seeing any photos, I would have said, okay, maybe the narrative or the concept behind his hiring
it's not just for gay guys.
Is to say it's not just for gay guys. Like, prep is essentially a miracle, right? Like, it is. And gay men are not the only people at risk for HIV. That's what I thought the narrative would have been. And then you click the story and all the photos are him like Speedo out posing with a bunch of other shirtless hunks. The marketing is explicitly gay, which is weird because we don't know him to be a gay man. And we don't know his alphabet. We just know he was married to Britney Spears. But he's also, the thing about Sam Asghari is that you have to kind of take this with a grain of salt, because it's not that Sam Asghari is even gay baiting. Sam Asghari is just like an extremely thirsty person. He was just on the cover of Playgirl too.
Do you think that like it's not gay baiting if you're just already the thirstiest who of all time? So it's like takes away from kind of the sexuality of it all, where it's like, oh, like he's actually not even implying anything. He's just would do anything. It doesn't matter. Like,
I don't think this is gay baiting. No, I think it's just like this guy loves his body in an Anna Nicole sense, like my body. And he's like, look, I've got my little bikini briefs out. Look at this bulge in my pants. I'm pulling down my jeans and I'm holding my prep pill. You know, like.
Well, do you know what the caption of his Hey Mr. ad? Let me be your bait, buddy. So it's like they know they're playing with this like idea that people are like, oh, it's Britney Spears' ex-husband. Like this guy is not gay.
Yeah.
He's ally. This is giving ally. He's the ultimate ally.
You're right. It's more giving ally than gay baiting. He is surrounding himself with famous gay people.
There's a thin line, you know? Like you have to decide whether it's ally behavior or gay baiting behavior, but the line is thin. Like, is he serving the community by being kind of like naked and sexy on cam?
I think
in
so.
A way?
I think so. Okay. And he even says, hey, thank you to, I assume, the creative director of the shoot or the marketing person for giving me the opportunity to be such a huge ally to this beautiful community. To this beautiful community, not my beautiful community. Also, this took a lot of balls. That's what he says.
Some of his work is like he's involved in these like this short film where it's like about a gay Muslim man trying to like reconcile his beliefs with his sexuality, and he's like, oh, he's part of selling that as well. I guess when you're married to Britney Spears, you just, you become an ally.
Yeah. Here's him talking to Queerty.
I've been around this community my whole life. My mentors, my managers, my friends, everybody that's super creative. That there's a reason why this industry is being taken over by the gays, and there's a reason why Heated Rivalry is the #1 TV series in the world, is because of the energy, the love that it's behind it. So that's why it was super comfortable, for me to be around this. It was comedy, it was sexy, it was bold, and it's for something that's actually a lot more important. It's just me and Mr. So it's a vision that we had, and I love what Mr. is doing. I love what Tristan is doing, and it's just this community. I need this community a lot more than this community needs me. So.
He said, I'm not going to go on OnlyFans and show my dick. I'm going to go right to Mr. and sell you prep, which is like good for the world.
That's iconic.
I respect that. Because he could just go to OnlyFans, and he will eventually probably go to OnlyFans and show you his dick,
Of course.
A man can do both.
He should do it.
Contain multitudes.
He's already done Playgirl, like I said. We didn't talk about that at the time.
Well, is his penis in it? No. They only show ass.
No.
They only show ass.
There was ass, yeah.
Next time, he's saving it,
Yeah, as he should.
I like that this is kind of the route that he's taking as a Who, because it really is the best that you can do in this position that he's in.
I want to be famous.
Bonjour, compadre. It's the
Priceline Negotiator.
How do I negotiate so many great travel deals? My greatest gadget. The Priceline app. It's got hotel deals, flight deals, rental car deals, all of those deals in a bundle. Deals, game day deals, concert trip deals. No one deals more deals than Priceline. Hold your horses, there's more. The app lets you filter hotels by neighborhood, vibe, star level, and amenities like pools and spas and beachfronts and... Wait, I'm not done. Stop cutting me off.
Priceline. So good, so good, so good.
Everything you want for summer is at Nordstrom Rack stores now, and up to 60% off. Stock up and save on the brands you love like Vince, Sam Edelman, Frame, and Free People. Join the Nordy Club to unlock exclusive discounts, shop new arrivals first, and more. Plus, buy online and pick up at your favorite Rack store for free. Great brands, great prices. That's why you Rack.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199. And entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last, pricing valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only, exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
I want to be famous.
People Magazine exclusive. Chaka Khan flips the script on Godzilla as she aims to fix the madness in society as Shockzilla. What? Iconic headline. There's a picture of her gigantic, like she's Godzilla. But is Chaka Khan a who or a them? Like, maybe she was once a them, but I don't know. Does Gen Z know about Chaka Khan? Took a cab with a straight guy. Bye.
I love this accent.
Where are you from, Diva? You sound awesome. Shockzilla. I love this. This is fun. This is more of this. Also, you don't watch Euphoria. No one should be watching it. Wow, what a terrible show it's become. Well, it was already bad, but it's worse than it's ever been. But this week's episode or last week's episode opened with Sydney Sweeney as the 100-foot woman or whatever, as like Godzilla, like ruining a city. And then she smushes her boobs up against a window.
Oh, is it like a
like
dream
her
sequence
huge
or something?
boobs? Yeah, basically, kind of. And she smushes her huge tits against a window. I swear to you. So
Great.
It was weird that this is all.
That's great. That's amazing.
And then I was like, Shockzilla. I was watching this being like, wow, we're all on the same page, I guess, this week. We're all doing like Godzilla send-ups.
When I first saw the single art for Chaka Khan's new single written by Sia, Shockzilla, I was like, that's funny, but there's no way this song is going to be good. This is going to be embarrassing, actually, probably. And then I listened to the song, and it's like, it's a Sia song for sure, but like,
Sure, the
it's
chorus
good.
goes, I'm a giant.
Yeah, I'm a giant.
I'm a giant.
It's catchy, and it's not bad.
It is crazy to be like, I'm a giant. I'm a giant. That's the chorus. I think she's a them, actually. So I think Chaka Khan is them.
I'm getting more and more nervous about calling people thems. Like we had that called, I'm going to put it in Call You're Doing Amazing, Sweetie, where it's like a person who is our age is at dinner with her Gen Z colleagues and they're seated next to Eva Amuri. And she's like, oh my God, that's Susan Sarandon's daughter next to us. And none of them knew who Susan Sarandon was. And I'm like, fuck. Even Susan Sarandon has been in movies recently that like you could maybe have seen. Like my gut says Chaka Khan is a them. Of course she's a them.
I think she's a them.
But do young people know who Chaka Khan is? I would say probably no.
Sure, but I still think she's a them. Like they've heard Chaka Khan songs.
Have they?
She has the main version of I'm Every Woman. That's her song.
But do they know that that's Chaka Khan?
Ain't Nobody? Yes, I do. I think so. I Feel For You, Through the Fire. I mean, she's got like bangers that are like songs that are played often.
And she has songs that have her name in them as well as part of the lyrics.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess she is a them.
I think she's a them.
I just worry for the future generations. And again, this is a VH1 conversation where it's like, I worry for the young generations who aren't getting their education, their cultural education from places like I Love the 80s, I Love the 70s. They're not listening to as much radio to hear Chaka Khan music. But I guess we can just be firm with our beliefs and say that Chaka Khan is a them.
But I suspect in our age of nostalgia that we're not alone in receiving that education of like the 80s, 90s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and today or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like there's places where they're receiving that too. It's just not places we're existing within that we're seeing.
Yeah.
It's not as simple as I Love the 80s on TV. There's something a little bit more.
In my mind, it requires more work. For our generation, learning about previous generations was more passive. It was stuff that we just had to consume because it was all there was to consume. Whereas there's just more option. This is not an interesting conversation to have. It just seems like people have to be more active and insistent on researching this stuff themselves and trying to find out things about previous generations as opposed to just like consuming them merely by sitting on the couch and turning on a television channel.
Listen, I want Shockzilla to blow up. She's
I'm a giant.
She's saying
I'm a giant.
She's an altruistic character of Shockzilla because that's closer to what I am. I tried to make it true to who I am and what I'm about. It's like you're a giant monster, like we're walking through the city.
Well, she's just like one of the most, and I'm saying this complimentary, or at least like neutrally, like she's got one of the biggest egos in the game, and that's part of her charm, you know? Like,
really
of course,
does.
she's putting herself as like a 100-foot woman on the cover of her single Shakazilla, you know?
Yeah, hold on. Is Sia Chaka Khan's goddaughter? Hold on. I think. Okay, they're just friends. She's her quote unquote godmother. They're just friends.
Oh, okay.
It's not really an official thing. How did Khan become Sia godmother? Quite naturally, she explained. She asked me to be her godmother. And I said, absolutely. Okay, you don't get to do that. When you're an adult, you don't just get to go up to women and be like, be my godmother, because you're an adult.
They have worked together in the past.
It's for children. No, it's for children.
It's for children.
Goddaughters for children.
It's for
Anyways.
freshly born babies who get godparents, not like
Right,
50-year-old
it's not for
women with
you.
wigs.
Sia and Chaka Khan are a match made in heaven, I'll say that.
They really
Those two,
are.
I bet, personality-wise, really, like, I bet they really sync up, is what I'm saying.
What we need is at Kathy Griffin's like big holiday dinner next year, we need Chaka Khan at the table when they're all singing,
Oh my
I'm unstoppable.
Oh, they jukebox Sia. It's literally jukebox Sia.
It's my new favorite day of the year when the Kathy Griffin dinner party with Sia drops, because I love those videos every single year.
Because you're like, who's at the table? What is Sia singing this year? Like
It's
Kathy Griffin
always
just like
unstoppable.
sitting there and like with a smile plastered across her face.
It is always so funny.
Chaka Khan has referred to Sia as her goddaughter for years now. Just saying. I don't know why I need to add that in, but it's been
That's
a
so
while.
funny.
I'm sorry. Like they've been doing this bit for a while.
It's not even a bit at this point.
Yeah.
Hey, BLT, the Sports Illustrated swimsuit covers just came out. There's the 4 different covers with the 4 ladies, and I was just wondering if you could rank all 4 of them from who to them. Okay. Crunch, crunch. I just took a DNA test, and it turns out I 100% don't care.
I'm a giant. Okay, to be clear, everyone looks good. I don't want to talk about bodies. Everyone looks great.
Everyone looks amazing.
Everyone looks great. Was I shocked to see Tiffany Haddish on the cover of Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue? Yes. Yes, because everything she does is random as hell.
I would like to say I was shocked to see Hilary Duff, because I don't necessarily think of her as a sex symbol like this.
Yeah.
In the same way I don't think of Tiffany Haddish as one. But Hilary Duff has not said no to anything in the past 6 months, and has
It's a
probably
mix
been
of that,
reaching out
but
to
also-
everyone.
Yes, but also I think it's her thing. She has like a fitness. She's in a fitness era where she's like, fitness.
Well, yeah, so is Tiffany.
I'm
So is
strong. She's like, I'm strong. There's a very much like, I'm strong.
Because even though they are the 2 most famous people of these 4 swimsuit editions that were dropped by Sports Illustrated, there are 4 digital covers. They are Alex Earle, Nicole Williams English, Tiffany Haddish, and Hilary Duff.
Who's Nicole
Alex
Williams?
Earle and Nicole
English.
Williams English, who's just a model. She's a wag. She used to be married to a football player. They make sense. Like, I'm not surprised to see them there. I'm surprised to see the other 2.
Well, because it's like they're quote unquote sexy. Like that's like what
That's
they're
their thing.
famous for is like sexy. And if you notice, they're both wearing kind of like the sexy bikini that's like barely there,
That's
right?
barely
They're
a
both wearing kind
bikini.
of the same. It's very what was M. Rada's bikini line that we
Oh,
always
God. Inamorata.
Inamorata.
It always reminds me of Inagata Davida.
It's literally like
Inamorata.
scrap to cover your areola, scrap to cover your pussy. Sorry. And it's great if that's for you. Like that's I just went to inamoratawoman.com and literally the splash image is Emrata in like a barely
looking
there
at it.
bikini.
I'm looking
And it
at
says
it.
City Kini is here. It's like, okay, so she's just wearing that in the streets.
And she's holding a blank streak iced coffee.
Oh my
It's like, Mama,
God.
no, not the private equity Java. Get out of there.
I can't with her. I mean, she looks amazing. This is like,
Scrap to
swimwear for
cover
people
your
who
pussy.
don't, who swimming, I guess.
So funny. But it is funny because Tiffany is in a very like, if you imagined what a bikini looked like, Tiffany's in that. If you imagined
Yeah.
what a one piece is in, that's what Hillary's in. Alex and Nicole are in the pussy scrap.
Like supermodel bikinis. Right. They're in like supermodel bikinis.
Scrap to cover your pussy is so.
Is that just because I said pussy? Is that why you're.
Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. Is it sexist for me to laugh so hard at the word pussy? It's just very,
No.
very funny. We're ranking these women.
And Hilary Duff being kind of in like a one piece on the cover of Sports Illustrated says it all, right? Like it's very we're doing.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go there, but I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna go that far.
Here. Yeah, right. We've got narratives here. She's like, I've got kids. You know, like she's not whatever. But it really is the cherry on top of what has become the most exhausting press tour of our lifetimes.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. The worst thing that's ever happened to this country. To this country. Sorry, fight me.
He's
my subway take. The worst thing that's ever happened to this country is Hilary Duff's press tour in 2026.
God. And that's why you will not be allowed on subway takes.
Yeah, Kareem is like, you're canceled.
Kareem reads the email. He's like, what?
Okay, we have to rank these women, and I think it's very, very easy. I think at the bottom of the list is Nicole Williams English.
Because I don't know her. Then I think Alex Earl. Then, see, this is tough because Haddish had her really big moment, and Hilary Duff is having a really big moment, but is ultimately a nostalgic star.
I think Hilary Duff is the clear themiest here.
Yeah.
It's two thems and two who's, but she's the themiest.
Well, so Tiffany Haddish once was like a movie star, and has since been very, very hooey, like in everything she does.
Mm-hmm.
So she's really kind of taken it to a level of who. And Hilary Duff has kind of ascended to a level of them in this press tour that Bobby hates.
Tiffany's headline on the swimsuit edition is, "Meet your cover model. Tiffany Haddish is forever evolving." It's like, yeah, we know. We can't keep it straight what she's up to, you know?
Yeah.
I'm a giant. I'm a giant. The little girl in me is in awe, she added of the opportunity. This is a brand that means something, so it's a huge accomplishment to be asked to be a part of it. At the same time, Haddish continues to find joy in prioritizing her relationship with herself. Parentheses. She married herself in an episode of the aforementioned Peacock series while seeking out the opportunities that allow her to grow both personally and professionally. It's like, okay.
Right. Like, that's the thing. You're kind of like, oh. You read one thing, you're like, wait, maybe not. What's she up to? Okay, well.
I'm still laughing at the Emily Ratajkowski bikini website. This is so funny.
I know.
Look at this. Look at all these.
The overhead is so incredibly low. It's like iconic. Like you have to actually give it up.
Look at this one.
You have to give it up.
This bikini bottom is roughly the size of a Frosted Flake. Like one Frosted Flake when it says enlarged to show texture. It's one of those. It's
incredible. If you
and it's $85.
If you put that on your body and it's not pornographic, like that's incredible and that's genetics. You know what I mean? Like your pussy is so small. And I don't mean skinny. I mean small. Thank you. I'm done talking about this. I mean small.
It's funny to think of a bikini line as like a scam because it's low overhead. Like I've never considered that where it's like, we only need 8 cents of fabric.
Yeah. No, I mean, literally we need barely any fabric and the lowest cost fabric you can get. These women aren't going in the water in these. They would come right off. Okay. Shout out to her. Shout out to Emrata. Okay. Our neighbor.
Bikini is so stupid. And the products with more fabric are less expensive. That's so weird. This is how is the short $59?
Stop scrolling Emrata bikini website. You're not buying anything. I'm shocked it's still open.
Hi, Lindsay Bobby. My friend who is gay, but let's just put that aside for a second. He doesn't know what the St. Louis Arch is. Like, he's never heard of it before. We showed him a picture. He says he's never seen it. He says it just looks like other arches. Is the St. Louis Arch a who or a them? Like, to me, it's really famous, but like, does Gen Z like not know what like the St. Louis Arch is? If you could help us with that, that would be so amazing. Crunch, crunch. Bye.
What other arches? This is one of the best calls. This is like one of the best calls we've ever received. My friend says he doesn't know what the St. Louis Arch is and says it looks like a lot of other arches.
My friend who is gay, but let's put that aside for a second, doesn't know what the St. Louis Arch is.
Okay, so what does him being gay have to do with it?
God. I don't know how. I'm sorry. Like Chaka Khan, the Gateway Arch is a them.
I do like people kind of using us as this like weird confirmation that like something's a thing. I will say AI can't do that.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yet. But where you're like having a conversation with your gay friend who's like, what are you talking about when you mention the St. Louis Arch?
You're being gaslit by your friend that the St. Louis Arch isn't a thing.
And then you're like, I have to call Lindsay and Bobby to prove that this thing is in fact a known them.
Right, because like you're about to check yourself into like a sane asylum because you are being told that the St. Louis Arch isn't a thing. But we're here to say it's a thing, Diva.
And your friend is like, I'm gay. I don't know what you're talking about.
Your friend's like, as a gay man, I don't know what the St. Louis Arch is, and I don't know what you're talking about. And there's a lot of other arches. Name one.
There's a lot of other arches.
Name another famous arch.
I think it's undeniably a them.
Undeniably.
It's one of the most iconic, like, man-made landmarks in the country, right? It's like one of our things.
Yeah, okay. Here are the famous arches. Arc de Triomphe.
That doesn't count.
It's a little different. The Delicate Arch. Shout out to what's his face who climbed it, Dean Potter. And the Gateway Arch, St. Louis, famous, and the Arch of Constantine near the Colosseum. I don't even know, and I've never heard of her, but she looks really nice.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if you're comparing it to other arches, you're typically thinking of like stone structures that are way more angular that have just an arch in the center. This is its own thing.
Totally. And Delicate Arch is not even man-made. Nobody does it like the St. Louis Arch. No one does it like that.
One of these days, I've never been to the top of it. Those elevators, I've watched a lot of YouTube videos about the St. Louis Arch. Yeah, they have these like diagonal elevators. They're really interesting. They're almost like little pods. They're really cool.
Okay, that scares me. I have to say.
You should. I'll send you a video that I watched some time ago. They're very cool.
I'll send you a video I watched some time ago.
Look how cool they are. They're really, really cool. They're teeny
Riding
tiny.
A claustrophobic elevator capsule to the top of the Gateway Arch.
They look like science fiction. They have little seats. They're
I'm
cute.
Scared.
It's almost like
they're in the arch. They're inside.
Yeah. They're little pods.
Oh, I'm scared.
Do you see?
And then you get to the
this.
top, and then what happens? You just like look at St. Louis.
Yeah, and then there's like a kind of a little museum at the top. It's like really teeny tiny, and they have those like, those little like windows that are on the top of the Statue of Liberty. They're really small. They have those.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I kind of want to do it.
Look at this.
And did they install them after they built the arch? Probably.
No, they were all part of it.
They were all.
It was always intended to be something that you went to the top of. They've like retrofitted them to make them a little more modern.
They look like gondola. They're giving gondola.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I want to do this too.
Now I've got Inamorata in my head, and I really want to Photoshop a little like pussy bikini on the top of the arch to make it look like they're two legs.
That's the stupidest mashup.
I'll do it, and I'll send it to Timmy so he can put it in the slideshow.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Put the small bikini on the St. Louis Arch.
Yeah.
And then maybe the gay guy will be like, oh, I know her. She's beautiful.
Is that an Inamorata bikini bottom?
On the iconic St. Louis Gateway Arch? Stunning. That's why he included that he was gay.
What can I say? We're done. Thank you for listening to another episode of Who Weekly. Call in at 619 Who Them to leave questions, comments, and concerns for our Friday show. Support us on patreon.com/weekly for bonus episodes, a Discord server, commentary tracks, and more. There's also a free newsletter that anyone can subscribe to at our Patreon. It's totally free. You get it every week, and it's
good. Bobby
pretty
writes
fun.
it. Oh, my
they're very fun.
It's good. Bobby writes it every week.
Pre-order our book, I Want to Be Famous, wherever you get our book.
Pre-order Bobby's novel, We Are Gathered Here Today.
And if you want to come see me and Lindsay talk about We Are Gathered Here Today, we're going to be discussing it at Books Are Magic on June 15th. That'll be really fun, the two of us. So get tickets to that. And we'll see you on Sunday if you're a subscriber. And we'll see you on Tuesday if you're not. Bye.
Bye.
Hey.
It's literally like scrap to cover your areola, scrap to cover your pussy. Sorry.
Why was I took a cab with a straight guy set to I took a pill in Ibiza, and not I kissed a girl and I liked it. I understand that took is there, but I just feel like artistically, and I am not going to sing my version of that for you because I sure as hell don't know the right notes. Justice for Katie.
Shared a cab with a straight guy. I hope my girlfriend don't mind it. I shared a cab with a straight guy. He tried to talk to me and I didn't like it. It felt so wrong. It wasn't right. Don't mean I'm in my tonight, really. I shared a cab with a straight guy. I hope I survive the night. Crunch time.
I took a cab with a straight guy just to try and save some cash. I asked if he knew Rita Ora, and he said he didn't know her, so I pulled up Spotify with a flash. He don't really know a who like me, doesn't read all of the goss like me. He doesn't even watch The Masked Singer. The Masked Singer. All he knows are crosswords. All he knows are crosswords. Crosswords. Love you, Youngin.
Hi, Lindsay, Bobby, Timmy. I just saw something on Reddit that Amanda Knox has a one-woman comedy show coming to a Fringe festival in the UK, I think. I'm sorry, what? What? Okay, thanks. Crunch, crunch. Popular Mechanics Robinson.
Hi, Lindsay, Bobby, Timmy. I am bereft because I was at a work happy hour with a bunch of my coworkers, and most of them are Gen Z, and we live in Connecticut, and we were at a restaurant, and Eva Murray was at the table next to us, and I quietly asked everyone if they knew who Susan Sarandon was, because her daughter was sitting next to me, or sitting next to us, and not a single one of them fucking knew who Susan Sarandon was. I felt fucking crazy. It was just, I was like, I can't even explain to you who Eva Murray is if you don't even fucking know who Susan Sarandon is. What is wrong with Gen Z? Crunch, crunch.
If I hear montage in another call again, I'm going to fucking lose it. Stop preempting the montage. Just call about your thing. Just call about what you want to say. Maybe a bunch of people will call as well. But I can't with this preempted, assumed montage. Yeah! Stop it! Please. Please. Driving me nuts. Bye.